I take another from Akroma, but Alpha OneGH, miss so when you subscribe to Alpha OneGH, miss us over subscribe. No one like and one share, no one turn on notification bell, no sabay, update be a bayano, no sabay to me. I can make a comment section once you're there, miss us over leave you comment, maybe be a cost of 101. Na Jumako be a omunyo mojuma or my ganem ha omo, a bruchimemu, omoye political analysis, analysis. Na omoden semfua anase analysis bia ba betudwa na analysis no ma betudwa no che according to omo survey omo ye no John Dramani Mahama NDC party no be winning about we 2024 no 2024 about one na omo prove omo right na nsem we betudwa na ama MPP fo bu afu yie pa kasamafo a kasama Ele.Bawumia de nsem bi atudwa na nsem o de tudwa no chese won de won jintum da se NDC be fa aba anase election year about 2024 NDC for be win and the won jintum da bi rather na no December na after say analyst for we education some way tudwa no Mahama anase John Dramani Mahama tudwa mum yenko tie ne nsem kaye ne mun nsem kaye ne nyina botofa chese o ma failure wi mum yenko tie ne ba de aka bia no the best of some
Edwumaku bi a eye nhyehyemu ene London abrochimemu United Kingdom ena wonu mu ebutuo na ya na enye ho nko ansem na wo mo ehwe ene eba na ama ahodo so se ya wode wani edi wodwumadi ahodo ene mpanifo kra ye de wo man bi ahya wonu mu nsase de wo mo ebu wo man no ni nyina no na kyese ene wo mo ehwehwe wo mo ensemu mu se de wo mo ebu wo man wo sika 7 ahotutu nyina na empempi no wo mo gina pay bia said ye empenifo no wo mo ahyehye wo man na kwakoduru atoto wo man na koduru no na wo mo do mo agina ho eti se wo mo ehwa ebia efiri A akosi F na chese Ghana ye de hye mampani akufu adonsai said ye wa wie nu esam akoni aduei na chese ne o mo hwa no makase o wo fiti asende na ya enti wono no ogina bi na si e pa de wo CCC minus A na chese om da baba hwe se bam Nano ene chese didi mwanu wejuma awoye na wocha se ene afi si ebekosi mpia ni kwa kwato aba ni enti ni hwehwemu ba ko a eno so wonum aye a wocha se womanfo no bia wonu ekasa ye pa wo ye Ghana fo no wocha se sabre wo hwe Ghana pa no a amanyaku akasie mienu pa afi abato no wo di mu tintimai pa wo ekwa wo na gina kyerepon so edom ani sade wo so ntakrache enti no ye hwe anim anase ni padodo na hwe anim se anye ye be a National Democratic Congress and a New Patriotic Party NPP amenyokuo no ene wo chese sa amenyokuo mienu yi wo de omoto nsani achi no Ghana fo no ne chese nipa no wo magupe aduonu 54% ena wo mo enkasa yemu enyina no ekire se ndc amenyokuo no beto aba amano a esese ene wo mo ene edi enkunimu na ensemu nyina wo de beto dwa media reviewer eno no wo mo eye Sub-Saharan Africa na chese Sub-Saharan Africa no de na chese Ghana eka ho bia yeso ye de wo ye hu sunsanso wo de aba beto dwa eno no Associate Director Country Risk at Fish Solutions we no kwa de chese wo no po na ye director wo hwesa Sub-Sahara ha no enyina ensem eso Mike Kroniga ena wakasa ena na wachese sabredie wo hwesa de wo manfo no eka ensem na chese ndc amenyuko no wo mo ena afi wa hwe betumi edi nkunimu ewo abatuo nimu a echese ehwehwemu ahodo a wo mo ye no nsembusa ahodo obuso wo manfo na ni dodo na no efa amamuo ne ho yesika sam ne ho ntoto yesede wo manfo eho ekire wo mu wo mai Ghana mu no eno na dodo na ade tu dwa sede wo ho kire wo mu wo mamu ntino enya de se abayi a otisu ya na sa manyuko ya wa bamu wo beto akosoa ama no edi wo mai so yentie Microniga ne nsam ahodo a wode atu dwa no bi.
We believe that the opposition, National Democratic Congress, or NDC, has a stronger chance of winning the upcoming general election compared to the ruling party, the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP. So recent polls consistently placed the NDC ahead, with the most recent survey showing 54% of respondents favoring the NDC, as you can see the right-hand side art. In addition, multiple surveys have shown that economic management and job creation are going to be the most important issues during the election for voters. which we believe will put the ruling NPP at a disadvantage given the economic challenges that the country has faced over the last couple of years.
Abusia Mike Kruniga, Associate Director, Country Risk, Fish Solutions, and I need them no, and send me better Jan NPP. I mean, you couldn't watch a sanye. Wamo Nasabe, Wahushu, Wamu pass, and so Wamutons and Yanibia, Nachasa, Wamo and Arie, Wamutaso, Eshamu, say no, Wamu any Judia, Wamujidia, Wamo may, now Wamudiamu Conco pass, said your Baya, one no more able to me a dim kunim power, fear battle, and a woman. Him wakwan bia so kasamafo Ele.Bawumia campaign Dennis Miracles abwaje wono wone nsentwefo akaka se yenso so yetie bia ene wone yekasa seyi.
We speak, we are in the 5 Northern Regions campaign until we get to the polls and we get to the ballot on 7th of December. We believe that we have a responsibility to ensure that the Ghanaian voter has a reason to vote for us. That's what we are doing. That's a responsibility that is on us. That's a conversation that we are having with the people of Ghana. Our job is to ensure that we manage the economy and all of its related issues in a way and manner that will be quite satisfactory to the people of Ghana. At least when they get to the point, they have to make a decision. They can run some proper comparative analysis between us and the opponent and make the choice. Like I said, we have about 4 to 5 months to elections. We are working at it. You can see a lot of improvement as compared to about 8 or 9 months ago. Today, inflation is around 23. It used to be about 54% in some 7 months ago, and that clearly tells you that there's some work. And every day, government's responsibility is to turn things around and make sure that we see progress, in the lives of the people.
Dennis Miracles Abuaje any etie yenwo wakasa Ele.Bawumia campaign nature say mampeni abedi eche Dr. Mahama wo yimfanka ama NPP amenyukone ne ntoabo no die openia wakasa ema wo mo eno no ni yira mu no political marketing expert obi a eba no amanyosemu dwadie nature say wotimi esusu ekire sem eye wonto aba wuboyi se wukoni se ya emwawo anase ene wo pani kra amanyokoi ayi no se wo mehi franka ema wo mu ni gina bia wa amanyosem sa be wo kwa bebo sa me kwa mwa wo bone ho modern pa University of Ghana Business School ena Professor Kobi Mensa ewo na wono so akasa afa ensemi eho seye.
Well, there are certain measures that when you take, people could actually use it as a short cues to have a firm belief or a firm opinion that indeed you're working towards, towards their welfare. I mean, most of these indicators don't look like it. Government has actually rubbished quite a number of demands, quite a number of concerns that people have actually put forward. In most cases, they have turned it as opposition, outcry, as opposed to the outcry of the people. And so, yes, they may say what they think they're doing. In the eyes of the public, they're doing completely something different. And so it is not about what they say, it's about what the people feel. And if the people don't feel right, definitely they won't give you the mandate. I think that the government has changed in a strategy. They see that they have lost the country. The country is not behind them. And so they are actually hoping that they could get the few, leaders of institutions to sort of back them, whether through, favorable conditions or fearful conditions. So if you look at the posture of the government, they're actually appealing to state institutions, they're appealing to the leaders of institutions, trying to let them do things that could actually subvert the will of the people, but that's not going to happen. When you have the people very much, apathetic towards your cause, nothing could actually stop them. And so, yes, they would have the will, the ambition to break the 8. The people have the ambitions of themselves. I mean,
Ebusia eni ayetie ye eye ensam ahodo no bia political marketing expert at University of Ghana no na chese Professor Kobi Mensa na ni nyina mu no yensa aka ingitawodie bofotene abedi achi National Democratic Congress wo mu Deputy Communications Officer Owura Godwin Akugan ewo ahoma no so na chese wo boaye ewo nkomo twetwe mu tewu kura fa ensemi sa ampani apa ni nuane apa se NPP amenyokuo no ana NDC amenyokuo no wo mu dinkuni mu afia batuo nim san se pulsa wodo nhwemu awodo no ya anadodo na no ka ema wo no mira enwume wotene nka memo adwo memo akwa abakra kase asuni.
Hello, good evening.
Yera Akugan ya jo so pa ya te wonka.
Pato me ho ye pato na moso so e.
Oba de na dom ye nyina ye ho eya.
Yeah.
Adaruma openi ensemi de da wanim adeja eya mpapa sandi si amenyokuo no afi abato mu di mu enkunim sade post awodo no eka na feche so de kwa wode ababa bosuwe yi no de na emma NDC amenyokuo no emma mu nkranhye bia na asem mote a moje ne sei
Yo medase na mechia FM tifo nyina menu abna so far this year research bia yehu bia NDC yankasa ya commission si enyama ye the civil society for ankasa so aye the NPP for so aye no ni nyina etre se NDC edi enimu. However, mesre NDC for anas NDC teacher for nyina ne se ade we enye bibia esese ejina so edibo se ne yehia any sa consistency we yehu survey ba ko a ye na in Ashanti region we were doing extremely well. Almost so ekoye survey no within a matter of 3 months no we were still doing well, but eswatekakra, which means to say the consistency that we needed no maybe one way or the other no that consistency no amaso. For me, nothing is stopping the NDC from saying winning the 2024 election. The be anyway between see a coin. Nanso so mempa ebone say yema etimode emewrayemu. So when it comes to people's decision, sabi nipa daseni enye dua a wodua ni esi ha obenyini wo ho a onko baabi. Vote and say bayere no achitere ato dan mu. Na anu ya yeyi napo nenum asem ba akopɛ enu kwa to me edane results no edema NPP. That is why we must all be careful. And maybe our relationship with citizens, your comment and idea, we must be consistent.
Akroma FM.
Predictions are echo sunina. Yame eya doma. Not just for the fact to say yanko 1 round. Nemum, the victory must be so wide to say. The first day, the second day, no MPP for Ankasa ebeji atumu say adewedi and someone Ankasa omoto tawo no. Impo and Sana, ya declare results, and that is how that.
Yera Akugan.
Yeah.
Yera gan.
Meet you, pa.
Chesa Mudia said the NPP for no HSM. As I should move no one more engines and so on and to Mono Mudia Mujitum, Nemo Mukodei, and Ambakoswa Akon.
Exactly, because maybe I want to see and woman, there's no research work. I'm taking it for granted. Even if it is against us, a man bia a beer and for a new message, and 2 million. I saw the awarding a go. So there's no research. The MPP for choir research and media to Namadi. And that's the assurance that I'll give.
All right, Akugan, yana say and you mention Muno at the hopper, natural sound with that swa, and Bema Mina, one may also so I know a druane Matia, Madame Hosso. It's one more dear, one more young pucheche, one more empubi, be a name Mumo, a young Code, no Becoswa, Aku, one more team, and ya one more day. In Keta, we dear both for Tina Bediache, Deputy National Communications Officer, and this Amenyo Kunim Yera Godwin Akugan, and I Yaneno Etre and Komoye. Ya so ansafo from aginamu amanyo ene ne nsemu a NDC amanyoko no emu a na fankatuni edema NDC amanyoko no eye John Dramani Mahama His Excellency kane mapani wo my Ghana mu na wapani no ede atu dwa wo kire se Ghana ha no mo enye December ne de to sonso no ye ko simpia nim kwoto aba wo ya sanya single vote kwa se wo so wo to ama Dr. Ele.Bawumia wo hi fanka men pipi amanyoko ni dia na wo obofo papa esan se basa na Ghana ha yen ni si amamra no eya ade efe ni setetem de wo so da kwa na wo atewani yeni bi efe ni tetem wo bia wo 2 times be 4 years na just wakwa no kaka bura ade be pema no enti se ukoto aba na mapani akufo da ni mre aso wakwa ahomegye mu wo bibia muli wakwa ahomegye mu ankasa wakwa gena wo me ankasa bibia muli watwa mu etekwa na chese ukoto aba ema Dr. Ele.Bawumia wase watu aba ama mapani akufo do tetem abusua ebasa na chese wo obofo enti wa kire se Ghana ni bia entie no entie ni yese wobekwa akoto aba pa afieye na wonto emma NPP amanyoko no na wa kire se ene senti okasa ansemi ene se NPP amanyoko ya eye mapani akufuado ene Dr. Ele.Bawumia yi wo mu mienu na aka bomuo anase ye wo mu amamu a wo maka bom ase wo meyi na ene wo mu butai ba ko penti a wo fi abamu no kwampo no so oba be pre akansie we se bie no wo fo obi ampo se Dr. Ele.Bawumia no ni nyina ewo enchiremu ne se wo pese se Bawumia eba beto aso a na chese ene wo mu ne boni ni na watumi akata so ye papa wonde wo onimu ankasa wo ma ni anya no na ni semu enye se bia kwakofo bi o NPP ni bi boss na ene wo no kwa wani mamamu no ho ensem bebre no afa be wi eche kwa ne bebie ne ma so ache na ne yam ahye no wo chese Dr. Ele.Bawumia de ne flag bearer wo ye no franka wo to NPP amanyoko ni nyina ne se wo mu ye agenda break the 8 ni nyina no mu break 8 na chese wo tumi atos no makora wo mu ene mabone ni nyina ho mapani dada John Dramani Mahama de semi nyina to dwa ene na chese nto abokuma bi mili rally ntwabo a wo boba oleshi eno wo ayawa so west wo gona baton pesua so kampupuni mantema no mseye na wei no eye hyiamu kuma bi ene chese wo de share so ba oleshi ho no ma wo no mafo ne kasai ene de ya wodi nsemi nyina etu dwa na wato so wo chese Ghana fo ahokyere ye wo mu enyina no se betumi afri mu dia necessary afie ya bato ebeto no Ghana fo nyina kan disi ho no watimi eto aba no editia NPP amanyoko na yenyi wo mu emfri abamu wato ani nsem so wo chese nipa nwotwe efimpinu ne aduonu 2020 abato ekomo no ene yenyina enim ne esi ye wo meya hodo no emya no bie atututu kwa so mo mutina na no mo se do ya awa busuafo beto sabre mpata kura no wo mu enya bi aban so nka akose kura fa nkyere wo mu chese se nipa no wo mu nyina no wo bepe atentere ne ede ama wo mu a mampani dada John Dramani Mahama ne nsem ahodo a wode etu dwa ene dei e obawleshi no yentie bi.
And so let's work hard to gain victory for NDC. The point is, the best signal we can send to the world that Ghana is ready for a turnaround is to vote out the MPP. Then we'll be taken seriously that we want to do a turnaround. A vote for the MPP candidate in this 2024 election is a vote for a third term for Nana Akufo-Addo. Why they are desperate to break the 8 is to do a cover-up of the 8 years of atrocities that they have inflicted on Ghanaians. And so they need a pliant vice president to come and inherit them so that all the loot, all the corruption, all the stealing will be covered up. So a commission of inquiry will be set up. And when the time comes, you'll be encouraged to present your petitions to the commission in order that investigations can take place and the appropriate restitution is made to you.
Nina mo ana mampani dada John Dramani Mahama wo him Franka dia man dis amenyo kono to an nkasa yemu ana water say se nipa dia saa ayi entokwa say obi wa efunu no ana ato ne akeka na nka ene wo yonko kran so asem de enka emu efa ho saa bayi water say NPP amenyo kono de emfa nya wo mo ne nam no otu mfutu gu omanfo ani ane ayi NDC kra wo JD ami kwampu ba wo bayi emfihia na pede na obaba baye so esi panye na baraba 8 years mpo na musumu ahunu sui na 4 years and was sansam no ehwebuada NPP fo ntimi wo mo niema mema wo mo nkeka kwa se wo mo ka kire na enye na de wo mo ntimi enye no enye wo bia en wo ye mambofo etese wo mo.
And the other time I took time off to debunk that useless thing about 4 years and 8 years. If you follow the logic of what he says, oh, he has only 4 years, I have 8 years. Then it means no president should get a second term. Because it says, if you get a second term and you have only 4 years, you won't be accountable to the people. So that we should change the constitution and say every president should do 1 term and go away. Because in your second term, we won't be accountable. You see, there's no logic in what the person is saying. It means when you were saying 4 more for Nana, you knew that Nana was going to be unaccountable. And so just dismiss that and let's look forward. We have solutions for the problem and we have the experience to implement those solutions to rescue this country from the crisis in which it is.
Nina mu mampani dada John Dramani Mahama etwa ne nkasa yem na water say Women's Bank no de eyade a wedi nka ahya hobo na mamu biemu no wo behwe pa say wo be ma no aye ho se de be ya ebetumi ababe bua ye maame no mo ani ye nua emma no mo nso.
Ghana has reached, we need a steady, experienced hand to turn our fortunes around. If you have 2 buses and you have a driver's mate, and the next critical issue is the issue of small and medium enterprises, which are run particularly by our women. Our women are in trade, in commerce, and so on and so forth. And most of the time, some of what they need as capital for their businesses is as little as 1,000 Ghana cedis. And yet, they have no access to that credit. We had the Women's World Banking. And when this government decided to do the banking sector clean-out, they added this important bank into the sector clean-out and shut it down. So now there's no specialized institution giving credit to women in this country. And that's why we say when we come back into office, we're going to establish the National Women's Bank. And we'll focus on giving small credit to women in small and medium enterprises. Women are an important part of our economic prosperity. If you go into several sectors, it is the women who are driving progress in those sectors. And so if we put our money where our mouth is, with our mothers and our sisters and our wives, so that they are able to earn an income.
Nina mu mampani dada John Dramani Mahama etwa ne kasayem no woche se ahokyere pamu agiaka ahokyere ekumu aboakototo amia prada dada soa Ghana fo ekomu no woche se wo hu wote abusua na eye ne ya papa eye na wose Ghana fo se ene ahokyere de sisi akwa de bia yakoma na adu ne de oh abusua akato na abone de akogu yenkoso ankonkode ne yemfamu na NDC amamu biemu no obehwe so betoto eniema yi ama Ghana fo ye ho ahaye.
And aside from this, life is hard for everybody, for our women and other people who go to the markets. I mean, we have the highest food inflation, almost the highest food inflation in Africa. Prices are unbearable. You know, but the dangerous thing is, when you are ill and you know what is wrong with you, it is halfway towards a cure. If you are ill and you know it's malaria, you are halfway towards curing yourself of malaria. If you are ill and you know it's typhoid, you are diagnosed, you know it's typhoid, you are halfway towards getting the cure. Unfortunately, the people who have caused this economic crisis do not even realize there's a crisis.